Suzuki GT750 J, very early model, with the flange nut for the exhaust is more, people call it like a petal, because it opens up like a petal flange rather than just the smaller fins on it. This is the J model, the only model that has the 4-leading shoe drum brake on it. I can see why they did change them, because they're not very good really. They do tend to, they're not bad to start with, but do fade very quickly. Air vent at the front, take this off if you want to, and allow a bit more air in. Very sought after now, this front hub, because a lot of the racing lads require these for their classic bikes. Early model J again. The rear brake pedal, it mounts on the same stub as the footrest. The later models had a separate pedal coming round to mount and a separate pivot point for the brake. On the early models, this bolt tends to splay out the end, so it makes it very hard to get the brake off, so it was a modification done by Suzuki. Right, back of the barrel, the carburettor mounting flange on the early model J has a bolt-on mounting stub for the carburettor. The later ones were just round and just a rubber just pushing on rather than a bolted on flange. J model kickstart lever, unique to the J model, as in slightly steeper angle than the L models, very similar to the K one, but the K model did have a flat on the side just there, so this is totally round. This backlight mounting bracket, quite a unique piece of Suzuki engineering here. When the bike first came over to the GB and Europe, they weren't sure that the reflector in the middle of the light was going to meet current laws, so they made this bolt-on number plate with a reflector on the bottom as well. Alternator cover, unique to the J in that the Suzuki emblem is embossed into, it's cast into the cover itself and just painted in black. Later models had stickers with saying Suzuki. Right, the JK radiator crash bar, different to the later model ones. It has the down tubes on the front. This bike as well, my bike, has been fitted with an aftermarket grille to just protect the radiator a little bit more. Exhaust system, JK exhaust system with the balance pipes on the front, actually called ECTS for the anoraks out there, exhaust coupling torque system. JK exhaust system have these ray gun futuristic looking black end cones. They do tend to fall off occasionally because they're only held on by the same screw that holds your baffle in, so it is a good idea to check them regular. The rear shock absorbers have a long shroud to them on the JK and the L model. Later models just had a short shroud, although everything else is totally the same. Side panels, water-cooled 750 badge, unique just to the J model, because apart from on the back of the seat there's nothing that actually designates the J model as a GT. This is sort of a linger on from the first pre-production. It was a T750R model. Later models, as we all know, had the GT750 badge on. If you're looking for a side panel at an auto jump and you come across a tatty old one, the holes for the J model will be quite a wide way apart for the big long badge. For a K model, which is exactly the same side panel, the holes will be a lot closer together because they just take a GT750 badge. GT750 J tank. This colour is candy lavender, also came in candy jackal blue. European models well also available in candy ochre, sort of a burnt yellowy colour. Tank badges unique to the JK model with the red Suzuki. The J tank is slightly different to the K one, the flat mechanism and the filler tap are different. Tank flap on the J model tank is unique. It's only spring loaded and is just held in place by these little lugs that sit up. The KLM model tank is exactly the same apart from being striped different. But the KLM tank has a little bit more extension on the raised portion in the centre rather than finishing square as on the J model. Clocks on the J model, only on the J model, have this plastic surround to them. They do tend to crack, as you can see from there. I've even seen brand new ones in the box that are cracked. On the K model, this was changed to a metal surround. JK clocks quite unique in the black background, and the miles an hour or kilometres an hour go up in 20-mile-an-hour groups. You also have all your idiot lights in the tachometer. The left-hand switch gear, only on this J model, even the American market one was totally different. Very distinguishable with the big orange flash pass button. The light control, switching from beam to dipped, is very close together and is very easy to plunge yourself into darkness, switching down from main beam to ordinary beam on a dark country road. It's very easy to turn the lights off. This is probably why Suzuki changed it to a separate switch on later models. Choke mechanism, because of having the what people call Amel style carburetors, the choke is operated for the carburetors operated by this cable mounted onto the clutch lever bracket. Headlight mounting brackets on the J model, the indicator bolts through and actually holds the headlight bowl on. All later models, even the K model where they were painted the same colour as the tank, there's a separate hole for the indicators. Black plastic chain guard on the JK model, all the rest had a chrome mud guard. Always thought it a bit strange myself, as a lot of people, that the bike had all this chrome and glitzy paintwork and then they stick a cheap black plastic mud guard on it, chain guard, sorry. Yet the other models, and the B model, which at the end of its line was toned down, tried to make things cheap, having the black side panels, black headlight mounts as opposed to chrome, still had the chrome chain guard, so who knows. Fan, JK models, fan fitted as standard. After that, optional extra. The brackets are all there on all the bikes, ready to mount it on if you want to fit one. It was fitted obviously in hot countries, you know, maybe like South Africa or South America, places like that. But all you need to do is swap the thermostat cover, so it's got the little bit extra on it for the trip, and put the relay on under the seat. All the wiring's there on the Loomis standard. In 1971-72, what would you rather have had? This candy paint worked chrome smoking beast that ergonomically all set out really nicely, or would you rather have an old rattly Norton or Triumph that was going to dump its guts everywhere basically? Right, just as a quick comparison, the points cover on my bike is actually a later model points cover. I've fitted that on there just as a temporary measure while the other one's away being re-chromed. The one resting on the gear change lever is the proper genuine J model points cover, being embossed Suzuki emblem on it as opposed to stickers on the other ones. This matches the alternator cover on the other side. Very rare item, only found on the J model.